actually wanted to not make it like that, right? For the card's sake. For the card's sake. So let's do this. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'll give you all some time to pop on. I'll give you all some time to pop on. Jump on it. Jump on it. Like I was saying earlier, the music. Jump on it. Look at all the cleavage. I normally don't show that much cleavage. I don't mind showing a little, though. I'm feeling my boobies. I'm feeling my boobies. My mom boobs. I love my mom boobs. Some days. But I do love that I can lay out my belly and my boobs like just kind of like mount to the cushion. You know? We were talking about it the other day, me and Ash. We learned so much about birds. I almost said boobs. Alright. I'm gonna call Billy back. He's like, alright, cool. I touched base with him for like 5 minutes. He had to let me go. He's like, I'll call you right back. I was like, oh, that's not gonna work. I'll call you back. Mia's got huge boobs. I have to like buy her bras. Like $70 bras is insane. And she'll eventually buy a breast reduction. I'm just hoping, she's a little older and still growing. So, and Lonnie's like, her to just like, fucking, I don't need to tell you about my children's breasts. Anywho, we're having a conversation. I don't mind talking about mine. But, Lonnie's like, mine's got huge boobs. They're just saggy. They're just not perky anymore. I can't even argue with you. I'm not gonna lie to you. So your boobs hang low, so they wobble back and forth. Yeah, they sure as fuck do. I had 4 babies suck on those for a very long time. So, whatever. That's how I look at it. I don't know why we were talking about my boobs. Oh, cleavage. Because I was like, whoa, that's a lot of cleavage. Boobs have been a topic for you? I have 2 friends that are traveling in 2 weeks and to get their boobs replaced, and they're from New England, but they're driving to Florida. There's like a certain doctor there, and so I guess it is a thing. I don't know why. What do you guys? I don't even think it's like self-reflection. I love my boobs. I think they're fine just the way they are, but I'm very comfortable in my body, so I love my stretch marks. I look at them as like battle wounds, like. So anywho, me and Ash were talking about, like bird watching. Ash was over yesterday and spent the entire day together, which was awesome sauce. It was very much needed. And we were talking about why the ocean's salty. So many things. So birds, they have cloacas. We were calling them cloacas. So, because we were sitting here and like, who delivers? Well, we know the feminine has eggs, right? But do birds have penises? Okay. So, you should see the stuff we were Googling. Birds do not have penises. They have clappers or something. I don't know. Cloacas, okay, come together. And the sperm just goes in somehow, right? So another interesting fact we found out is that a shark has 2 penises, okay? You should have seen the stuff we were Googling. Yeah, we were day drinking, but we learned a lot about birds. Do you know bird shit, why they say it's lucky? There's sperm in every bird shit, because when a bird pees, they poop and ejaculate at the same time. That's why it's known for fertility, because y'all got bird sperm on you, okay? Good to know? All right. So we called that the trifecta. So I said the next time we see a kid or ourselves grabbing like a branch and just kind of like, good example, got this from Mother's Day, but like running your fingers through like a branch, that's not a trifecta, okay? Got bird sperm. all over you, okay? Because they masturbate. Birds masturbate probably up to 30 times a day, and they ejaculate, okay? And the women too. Because my favorite bird is the red-winged blackbird, right? And it kept coming in, and we were talking about birds, and she thought about her brother because she saw a cardinal, and I tried to explain to her, yeah, cardinals are, they're known to represent this. I said, but if you've been seeing a lot of birds or squirrel, whatever it may be, it's the bird that is pulling your attention, trying to get your attention, is the bird you want to really pay attention to go get your message, right? So I explained that whole thing to her. It doesn't necessarily need to be a cardinal. And then from there, we were talking about how I named my bird Toby, and we saw another one. And I was like, oh, I wonder if it's the female. I'm so excited. And I named her Mariah, right? So now I'm Googling, and those birds flock together. And one female will have up to 15 males. And it's whoever wins the dance, right? But my red-winged blackbirds, the feminine ones, are brown. They don't even look like the males. And then some of them don't even mate, so they have a completely different name. And I thought to myself, well, what is that? Like, would one of the birds like blow a blank? Like, how do you get one that doesn't mate? They don't have the yellow, but they have the red, and they're the ones that don't mate. So I don't know if somebody was blowing blanks. I don't know how it works, right? But me and her were dying laughing. Like, we were so educated yesterday on birds, like insane the knowledge that we learned, And then we talked about, how much a whale ejaculates, because she really wanted to know if the ocean was salty because of ejaculation. And I'm like, that's got to be a myth. That makes no sense. Yada, yada, yada. Silliest thing I ever heard.
Grandpa came down the stairs, and I was like, hey, Mom.
It was like, no, it's Grandpa.
No, he didn't even hear me. He said, how's it going?
He's doing his thing.
He's vibing.
What's up? This fucking coffee flavor is leaving it all over my teeth. What up, Buttercup?
I'm just here, just vibing.
You're just vibing with me?
Just vibing.
You want to pick a card?
Yeah.
Baby boy, you stay on my
Which card?
mind, feel my fantasy. I think about you all the time. I see you in my dreams. I gotta get one. So anywho, it's called a Koala, but we call it Koala because it sounds better than a Koala. I was like, me and her were like, we cannot wait until the day, like, we're just randomly talking and out of the blue and we forget about it and we're gonna be like, ooh, I want a piece of that Koala. Yeah, me and her are awesome. I'm trying to.
You do be squeaking my chair.
Your chair? I didn't know it was your chair.
My chair.
Alright, let me talk to Spirit for a minute.
Okay.
Which one do you want, Buttercup? I have to tell you. I want one. Excuse me. And another. I don't know why I just burped. It makes me want to have a beer. And my other one. And then for the card. I want my vitamin C first.
This one? I give you 2 of these.
Just one.
Take it.
There you go.
How about your mouth?
I'm taking all my vitamins.
You didn't have one of these yet. No, you didn't.
Would you give me 2 D3? Yeah. I don't want 2. You don't need 2.
You said give me another one.
So you didn't give me a B12?
No, you said Caden, give me another one, so I give you another one.
Oh, give me a B12.
These ones taste the worst.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to save my vitamin C. Alright. Ready?
Feeling this one right here. That one, right? Gotta read it first.
Don't even read it. What do you feel about it?
Huh?
How do you feel about it? Does it feel good? Does it feel happy? Does it feel sad? Does it feel like,
They're just
whoa?
vibing.
They're vibing?
Just
In a
vibing.
good way?
Huh?
In a good way?
There's a duck.
Well, you tell me how you feel about it.
The duck's kind of cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
The duck. You get good vibes. What do you feel?
There's a tiger at the bottom. I like that.
A tiger or a tiger?
And a flower. There you go.
All right, buddy.
Got some good vibes. You see the tiger and everything?
Yeah, so it's the lovers. Okay.
Look at the tigers, man.
With his tigers.
Did you see the tigers, though?
No. Where are they?
Dude, the tiger at the bottom, man.
Oh, shit. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, come on. Tiger just vibing down there.
I don't think I've ever noticed that in this card.
Look at the tigers, man.
Yeah, they're chilling.
Just vibing, honestly.
All right. Well, you got a good vibe from it, so it's a good vibe from the lovers card. Okay, so that's good. It's better than being an ill vibe, right? Good job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I pick another one?
You can pick a lesson.
What's that one?
Different deck.
Different deck.
A weekly lesson.
Same thing, just different shapes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's no pictures on this one. It's just a lesson.
That sucks. Alright, now I'm ready.
Yeah, lessons are tough, but we
Okay,
pulled
so-
through.
I want this one. Nice, man. Do I read what I got?
Sure.
I got imagination.
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 Ooh. See, that's good. It's all about your creativity. All right.
Oh,
I
well,
embrace
so I
and
guess I'm
nourish the creative aspects of my mind.
Is that enough?
So, beautiful messages that
I'll
he
pick two
pulled.
cards. Pick two cards.
So, you came up here just to play pretend
Huh, no.
with me for you to throw me $20 for you.
Oh, yeah, that was fun playing with you, man. It's really fun. That was really fun playing with you, Mom.
I love you.
Do I pick another card for you?
No,
Why?
it's your own money.
Do you want me to pick
I
another
think I
card
got
for you?
$100 of your money in my wallet right now.
That's crazy. Do you want me to pick another card for you, Mom?
No,
That's crazy.
you did a good job.
Thanks, man.
Let me come up here and pretend to vibe with Mom so I can use my own $20 on Xbox. It's your own money. Whatever. You're not going shopping with it. So that's great that he picked these two cards. Obviously, I'm going to put them back in, but that's obviously a message. He got the good vibes from the Lovers card, which is great, you know. And imagination, all about creation, right? So it's how you want to I do feel sentimental energy, right? Because it's embracing and nourishing. And, you know, the Lovers is here. So, me, this is more like Empress, Three of Pence energy, Eight of Pence, you know, creating, magician. But nourishing yourself and the creative aspect of what you put out there, too, right? But it's attached to the Lovers, so to me is what can you two create? Will you choose to embrace? Will you choose to nourish what you have or what you choose to have? Or this is really about creating what somebody possibly even knew, you know? So good chance they'll probably come back out, but I am going to put them back in. But that's definitely a message. And it was nice vibes. Good vibration. Such a sweet sensation. You're meeting someone new tonight? Aww. Yeah, I have a lot of new people coming into my life that are kind of like old too. Because I got the past coming in. But I also like new. Like there's people at work and there's just, it's new. And it's like, I don't know what to do. But I'm tired of worrying what I want to do. Who's who in my reads. I'm so over that energy. I'm just at the point where Finn must be on the porch. I'm just at the point where whatever comes at me, and there's no need to rush anything. There's no need to rush. No need to wonder who's who. if somebody has something to say or they want to present something to you, they will, right? So life right now is about creating what's best for you, whether you're picking up on it in a delicate way, a sensitive way, a smug way, however it's coming in. You know, your own thought process. So just flow, you know. Something from your past return, it doesn't mean that's the one you necessarily have to take an opportunity with. You know, it's keep an open mind. Have they changed? If so, give it time to develop. Maybe a friendship is best at first. Or there could be someone you haven't talked to in a very long time that just reaches out because, you know, they're, you know, been thinking about you. It doesn't mean that they necessarily want to jump into something with you. I mean, maybe what if somebody reaches out for an apology, right? So I know it's going to be a nice week of energy. I can feel it and I know it. And with the new moon read we did, I even said week 3 is going to be a good week for those who are curious if someone steps in or not. It might not even be who you think. And then there's new people all around you coming into your soul family. Just because you meet a new man or a woman, it doesn't mean that's who you're supposed to be sleeping with, or like you instantly are like, oh, is that what I should be entertaining? How does it feel to you intuitively too, right? I'm telling you, it's a very intuitive week for you guys. You really got to use your intuition on for what's next for you, not just for this week, you know, in general. Okay. So I'm gonna pull a couple lessons, see what you're looking at for the week. And the song that just came to me is Hit the Road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more. So somebody might come back where you're like, no way. But you might want to explore it too. Maybe you're saying no way because of fear. Or maybe you're saying no way because you've learned a lot and you know better. Right? So it's really up to you guys on what you entertain. So the week of May 18th, please, 2020. 18, current energy. What do we got for a lesson? We got acceptance. You know, I'm learning to accept things you cannot change. So that's basically saying you're in the mode of acceptance. Okay. So we got the same card Caden pulled. All right, you either want to create or you don't. So with acceptance, you're either, like I said, you're accepting what's happening because there's some stuff that just doesn't change, or people who don't want to change, or you that doesn't want to see the change, or it's you being like, all right, I see the change, I'm gonna flow, I'm gonna go with it. It's one or the other. There's no in between, right? You stay in between, you don't go nowhere. Then you got imagination. I already broke that down. All right, basically it's, you know, accepting and moving forward. You got happiness. I'm aware that happiness means I'm on the right path, right? So this is that energy I felt of vibing. And then you got success. No matter where you are, no greater the goal than love. So loving what you do, and you got growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness because you're evolving. So you're either flowing this week and remaining positive and doing your best and accepting. The acceptance is a tough card. I can feel weight behind it. Okay. And like I said, I did talk about that earlier when it came to fear. You're realizing testing to resolve, living in the energy of love, and you got that with success right here. You know, just being happy. It doesn't mean there's got to be someone particular. It really just depends. The lovers is here, right? So choose to be happy with someone, or you can choose to shut something down. It's really how you want to look at it. what's best for you. I was gonna put this, it's really getting the best of me, but my hair, I can set my hair on fire if I put it there. So I'll put it up here. So, if you ask me, you know, it's perspective too, for sure. Accepting just the stuff you can't change, which means you could be leaving behind a lover and creating something new, manifesting someone new. It'd be hard to manifest. You'd have to already be accepting in order to manifest and see something differently. So you're either in the energy of like, I don't know what to do about my situation, or you're pushing through and you're letting go of something that hasn't changed. And it's really you and your happiness, really. Can choose to be not happy or happy. It's the opposite of happy, sad, you know. It's, and I can see why those, you know, correlate, because it's hard to accept things that are not changing, right? So, and then others, whatever maybe wasn't changing will change, but it doesn't take somebody to come in and make you happy. I'll tell you that. You won't get that type of eternal love and feeling until you realize that you create your own happiness anyway. Because if you think someone's just going to come in and the shift is coming, and oh, and it can, but it doesn't mean that it will be a good cycle. You have to choose to be happy with or without. Still being aware that it's okay to love even though you get hurt. Making sure there is growth. Something can grow. You guys can evolve. You know what I mean? That's important with anything that you do this week. Okay? It's you, it's you, it's you. Something, anthem. I must throw my hands up, something. I don't know that song. It came to me again in the very first read that I started today, and then I bounced off for it to have its own read for the week. Okay, so this is just the week of this week. Growth, happiness, imagination, success, how you want to look at something. But it's tough because you're starting off with acceptance, so you're not hi, I didn't know you went anywhere. It is week 3. Yep. So a lot of stuff might go down with Jack too. And how do you know which Jack? Because remember during the weekend, like a couple weeks ago, I was like, oh, you might talk to Jack or reach out to Jack or yada, yada, yada. But it didn't really work out, or Jack didn't respond, or you didn't respond. Something wasn't acknowledged. You know what I mean? So who knows who what is? Like, here's a situation too. Remember I was telling you about this old person in my life that I've been talking to. I've known him since high school. Lost my virginity to him and everything. Like, we're still friends, yada, yada, yada. I told you the whole story with the ex, you know. My best friend is now the mother of his kids, and I went through all this with you already. Well, we were talking all the time through, like, Snap and, you know, texting, just talking like we have throughout the years, and I noticed, like, every day was a lot more, and I kind of said to Spirit one day, I think I was having, like, a bad day, and, you know, Danny hit me up, all these other people, and other friends, too, not just I got a lot of masculine friends, strictly platonic guys, but I said to Spirit, I'm like, wow, I'm like, thank you for making me feel loved. Like, not that I wasn't feeling loved, but I was seeing the importance in each and every friendship, and I didn't really need a significant other to make me feel special or important or worth talking to, right? So these are important things I'm having like little epiphanies with. So it's important for you to realize this stuff too, right? So what I did notice though is that he stopped hitting me up. I'd say probably like 4 days ago. I mean, I would go back and forth at least 30 times a day. And he stopped hitting me up, and I've been snapping since then. And normally he'll look at my snap and he'll make a comment. So I know he's waiting for me. It's like he's testing me. And I'm thinking to myself, why are you even testing me when we just have a friendship? So obviously he might want more than a friendship, right? And I do not. So I don't know if he's waiting. Well, I know he's waiting for me to hit him up and be like, hey, why you been quiet? Or, hey, did you have a busy weekend? Like, I know I need to hit him up on a friendship level, but I already know there's a good chance he wants something more from me. That's just, obviously it's not going to happen. There's nothing there. If he was on my end, if he was to come at me, I'm just discussing Jax, right? So if he was to come at me differently, I don't know if I'd keep the opportunity open. I don't know if I would give it a chance or not. I gotta shut this candle. It's really bothering me right now. I don't know if I would give it an opportunity or not, or just let it flow, but I don't really think I would do it with him, right? So I do need to reach out on a friendship and be like, hey, how was your weekend? I haven't heard from you. You must be crazy busy, and maybe just nonchalantly, blow it off, because we are friends, and I don't want to reach out and be like, hey, I haven't heard from you. Are you okay? Like, what's up? Because then I'm expecting him to come back at me with how he truly feels or something. And here's the thing, like, I don't even want to have a conversation, nor do I want that type of energy from him, because there's nothing there like that, right? So it's how you're looking at something, right? So, but I've talked to him throughout the years for 30 something years now. So, 28 years, not 30, 28, 27, 27, 28 years. And we're friends. So, and then I talk, and then I got Billy, for instance, so I'll probably start talking to him more too. And I've always had Mike. And so, see what I'm saying? Like, you never know who Jack is. But I do know that Jimmy's testing me. Charlie's testing me right now. I got multiple energy testing me. And to me, I was just, talking to Spirit, being like, wow, like, I got to find time to, make sure everyone's getting the right amount of attention, and not like, I don't know, it just felt good, because it's an important message for you guys. You don't need a certain Jack to come in to make you feel good. See what I'm saying? Like, Spirit wants you to acknowledge there's friends and there's other people out there where you can have everyday conversations, and not overthink something, and not, is this my one? Or do you think I should explore this? Or do I even give that a chance? Because, I was with that person 10 years ago, and all that happened when it went down. Well, people grow in 10 years. See what I'm saying? So it's really important for you to absorb this reading as if it's yours, because there probably is a lot of Jacks that are going to come back towards you, or Diane's, you know what I mean? And it doesn't mean that you have to entertain it. That's why it's so important to use that sixth sense, the intuition. We're all psychic in our own way, right? Like, intuition, it's a psychic ability. You gotta listen to your gut. You just quiet mind if you need to quiet your mind, but you gotta listen to your gut, your intuition. That's an obvious psychic ability that everybody has. It's one of the easiest ones to, you grow up with it, right? So you should know how it works. And if you don't, figure out how it does work. Because that's a psychic ability that is not taken from you. It's an obvious psychic ability, so everybody is aware they have some type of ability like that. And people don't look at intuition being a psychic ability. It is. It's your sixth sense. Everyone's like, oh, I just want my sixth sense. And okay, so use it. Use it. So see what we're looking at. This might not even be your acceptance, or this is somebody else that needs to accept that you're happier with or without someone, that you're more successful. You can evolve, you can grow. I can look at these differently because with my ex-husband, we weren't evolving. Like, I would look at his outfits and the way he would just buy his kicks left and right, and I would be like, not that his pants were oversized, right? But like, are you ever going to dress differently? Not that I minded. He still was neat, you know. But there was nothing was evolving. You know what I'm saying? And for years, I'm like, we're not growing. Like, we're still in the same situation every year. We repeat the same cycle. Certain months are better than others. Like, it was like to a T, you know? And because you get stuck in routine. But this is what this is. Like, why put yourself in a situation, stay in a situation, if you clearly realize nothing's evolving, right? It's a hard decision because that could be just you being in a relationship right now too, where you're like thinking about whether you're going to think about going back to somebody or you're actually physically in a relationship. Or do I even want a relationship? Will this relationship have growth? Will it evolve? Will it be successful? You know, going in as a blank slate? Or are you in a relationship right now where it's like, obviously you want all this, but something's not happening, or it's about to, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, look at this from your perspective. Who cares which Jack comes in or which Diane comes in right now? You have to think about this, your own happiness. Is this something that he or she will embrace together? Will this energy be supportive of my success? Will I be able to give what I need to make him or her feel successful and support their career, support their path, their happiness, what they choose? That's something pure. That's something that needs to be considered. It's not all about you. You know, this is called a mature relationship for sure. And balance. Do you have time for this? You know, some of you won't have a choice. It will come in and spirit will teach you to balance all aspects of your life. And that would make perfect sense with Venus being retrograde. So look at this as your read this week. Don't try to put somebody else in this situation. Because if you do, I'm going to tell you, there's a good chance they're not accepting something. Things are not going the way you thought they were. And you might be seeing this person in La La Land doing X, Y, Z, and there's no fucking growth. You might have to accept that.
Okay. Jared's gonna come here on her lunch break, but it won't be till later. And just we had new food, and I accidentally texted Jaylee all the food that we had, but she said she'll just come here to have her lunch and make a sandwich because I told her we had turkey and cheese because
It's actually this morning.
Yep. I don't know how long her lunch break is. But...
And Grandma bought her what brand is that you guys like? The shirts that you all got? Ivoriella, yeah. So she's, you know where that is?
Yeah.
Okay, so, because I do not, and I don't know if Grandma would be here because she went to the hair salon.
Well, the other day it was in a brown bag on the ground.
Okay.
It was something in the bag with it, though.
Alright.
Why do you move my thing, dude? Like,
Alright, we can talk about that after. I love you.
you didn't even
I'm gonna
sweep
do
it.
this.
You better sweep it back.
And bring me in the broom.
You're the one who moved my dresser.
Alright, I love you. I mean, sitting here if you choose to. I'm just saying, like, I gotta stop reading.
I may possibly spend $10 on Fortnite tonight, so I'll give you cash later. On my bed whenever I ask you, you can just take time for my life. I know I have 15, so I swear if you take more than 10, I will literally. Did you show them this really quick before I go?
Have a great day, Erica.
Can't have some of these ones.
Taking your vitamins.
I just take these ones. I don't really like the other ones.
Alright, I love you.
Much love.
Much love.
Love ya.
I love you. I'm not really feeling much, to be honest with you. Oh, I hope my ass wasn't in your face. I hope these pants don't have a hole in them. Whoops. I'm really not picking up on anything, to be honest with you. So... I did see a koala bear. So if somebody wants to look up koala bear real quick. Where's my laptop? Where's my laptop? Oh, here it is. Unless you guys get to it quicker. I'm on a walk. Okay. Don't worry. Thank you, though. I mean, I'll Google it real quick. What's it symbolize? Koala is, marsupials, but very symbolic. Koalas are connected to family and earth. They are symbols of the community, family, and stability. They also bring peace and tranquility. All right, so that's, I just looked up, not the spiritual meaning per se, but just the symbolic meaning, okay, which kind of makes sense to me, like, connected to family, earth, community, family, stability, also symbolize peace and tranquility. So that's why it's kind of like, it's about you. Where's your peace? Where's the harmony in your life? Because this could even be like, oh, waiting on Jack or waiting on Diane, driving you fucking apeshit. Stop. You know, when it comes in, it comes in. Whether it's destined to come in or not, it definitely seems destined, but it doesn't mean that it's overnight success. And sometimes it's overnight success, but that comes with years and years and years of hard work. You know? So, yeah, reminds us that your home should feel like haven too. So that makes a lot of sense because that's what I said. What if you're in a home and you did what I did with Danny? I stayed in something out of routine. I stayed in something out of comfort, knowing that you just didn't see the possibilities of more. I mean, you always saw them, but it never came into fruition. It's because it takes two to try, right? So it's important. And it was also reminding me of the previous video I just did where it says, you know, it's okay to be where you're at, just as long as you push through, you know? So, or this can be great and happiness is coming and this is a successful moment you wanted with someone or something. Okay, so the week of May 18th, please. So it should be a peaceful week, which is nice, with or without anybody, you know? Your own safe haven. State of mind, you know? And it pulls me to the whole thing too, where some people are gonna, let me put myself here right now. Some people are gonna accept my decision of what I did recently and started creating a new foundation so it's solid and stable so I can become more successful because I've grown. I've realized what it takes and what it needs to have that little part of responsibility, yada, 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 yada. My own, and pushing through and still being happy with my decision. And because I stand tall and firm in my belief and I know what's best and it's the right thing to do, I can be successful. It doesn't have to be this, turn into this multi-million-dollar thing. It could just, it's a new way for reliable income, like a paycheck. I know what I'm looking at every month. Okay? So it's important. Responsibility. I kind of learned it late in life when it comes to finances. Like the amount of money I can make off YouTube and then it's like, what did I do with all that money? Well, that's because I wasn't making practical, I wasn't making practical and responsible decisions with XYZ. You know what I'm saying? And it took me that long to, it seems so crazy that it can take someone that long for something to click, no matter how many years and years and years and years and years of somebody saying something. You know what I mean? And with YouTube, it's always, you don't know what you're going to get this month. You don't know what you're going to get this week. You know, so some of you are going to have to make that type of practical decision with something. Six of Pence. No. Yeah. Synergy. Okay? So make sure you're seeing it. You should, or if you're not, it's time to accept that things are not changing. The right type of synergy will come in. Okay? This is also speaking of balance. Me and Ashley were talking about swans the other day too, and we were talking about birds. Do you know swans prefer salt water? Yep, it's a thing. So we got the Man of Worlds. Okay, that's the King of Pence. That's an achiever. All right, so there might be some type of synergy here, or this is what you're wanting or hoping you're gonna see. You know, it's nice to have hope and belief and all those things, but definitely make sure, I just got pulled to my other deck. Definitely make sure you're being responsible with how you're looking at something, you know. But this is, you know, energy for sure of, you know, balance. You could be dealing with an earth sign. But the King of Worlds is great. It could be an entrepreneur. It can be a husband, a family man, a business. Just somebody who takes a lot of pride in business, makes practical decisions. It's the, you know, this king speaks of stability and reliability. Family man. You know, somebody who makes sure that, you know, things are just put into place right. Okay. So this could be energy of trying to figure out how do I feel like some someone's trying to problem solve right now, or, you know, trying to be strategic with what's their next move. Child of Worlds. Look at all this earth. You know, so make a move. It's a player, somebody who wants to play ball. Okay. See, but this is tough energy because you got this man here and wants to achieve so much stuff and probably has achieved a lot or just has massive goals, right? And then you got the player over here, which is the child. And look at all the chaos. So there's still a lot of chaos. You could have two people to choose from, or this is just saying that you have, you know, an adult, this, you know, somebody who looks at themselves as being reliable, but their brain is scattered. And I'm not even saying in a negative way. You do got the Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So it's just scatterbrains on how to approach. Or you could be dealing with multiple people. One could be a boss, one can be a child. It is creating balance. It is Venus doing it. Well, not doing it, but Venus showing you how to multitask, how to balance. There's that Taurus and Libra energy. Week of May 18th, please. Six of Cups. This Six of Cups is sorrow, though, see? So this could even be one energy that's like player mode. They didn't get what they wanted out of something. It's player energy for someone too. And something didn't go in their direction. Because this Six of Cups speaks of sorrow. You know, so something from their past, yeah, see, Ten of Wands is growth, is heavy. Maybe it stopped growing. They weren't able to create. See what I'm saying? Like acceptance, with acceptance coming out, this can go either way. You're either accepting and moving forward, or you're going through all this, and right now there's still sorrow. You're still accepting, hey, maybe you played a game and it backfired on you. Or maybe you're starting to realize, hey, maybe I need to step my game up and really think about what I want in life and where my goals are at and how I've been interacting with myself to reach those goals. Because those goals, if you had any, will put on the back burner if you're coming in with player energy. And I'm not saying player as in like player, or you just want to sleep with X, Y, Z. It could be anything. It's just energy that's a little more immature than the King of Worlds. You know what I mean? So like if it's the same energy, it's just somebody coming off more, I'd rather play than work, when it should be play hard, work hard, play harder, you know, and still do what needs to be done. Well, this is, I'd rather play harder and just go to work. You know what I mean? It's like that. So this is either you accepting that you're not getting that synergy and they might have been giving to someone else, and it's time for you to create your own happiness and realize this person has not grown. And this is your sorrow. And if that doesn't make sense to you, then it's the other energy going through this. maybe somebody saw something that had potential for growth, and if it wasn't them, maybe it's who they were with, and that person realizes that that growth is not there. You know what I'm saying? Which sets this energy back. What's up, Miles? You know what I'm saying? Jelly beans. So this can go either way. Yeah, Spider-Man. All right. Get your Spidey on. So it really just depends on how you want to interpret this read. But it's important because I'm telling you, I need you to interpret this on your own playing ground. You know what I mean? Like where you're at, what you want. So, ooh, the Eight of Worlds. You got all Earth energy here. So change, you know, there's change is needed this week. Change is coming. It's here. You're either gonna work with it or you're not. It just doesn't happen overnight. I've learned that with energy and reading tarot and doing what I do for work. You know, the energies that come at us and back and forth. I might have to grab a band-aid. I just bit some skin off a little too far. It's a little raw. What is happening right now with my skin up there? I am gonna have to grab a band-aid. I'm sorry. But the Eight of Pentacles is, like I said, work hard, play hard, or you're not working hard enough. You're working enough to pay your bills and buying fancy stuff because you got the money. Because this type of energy would, you know, you'd have the money, but at the same time, there's too much play, right? So the universe is trying to create balance, and when this happens, it's time to recognize it. And if you're not, the Tower will come in. But this isn't saying, you know, there's bad energy around at all. It's just having you look at something differently. You know what I mean, jelly beans? So change is here. It's in the air. So something went down where someone's not getting something they want, or something you're realizing like this just isn't getting anywhere. You know, maybe my happiness is different. Maybe I should create elsewhere, you know, like this could be I am successful at what I do and I deserve to play, you know. But you had to have played wrong or manipulating. You had to have with sorrow sitting here. Like it didn't pan out the way you thought it was gonna. So now it's, you know, I'm in the acceptance of, well, I'm in the energy of change. Will I accept it and allow it? You know what I mean? It's that type of energy. And once again, you got at the bottom of the deck. That goes along with the imagination. So I do feel like it's speaking of a masculine energy, you know, accepting, wanting, you know, healing, recovering, change. I do feel that. It could be extremely positive. I'm not saying this is negative by any means. I really feel good energy this week. This could be somebody evolving and realizing they want more out of something, someone, life in general. But others of you, this is what you want from this person. And you might have to accept that that's not going down. And you need to shift and change. Okay, so let's make moves. Could be job too, is the Eight of Pentacles. Something new. Could be starting a new job. Maybe you have fun at work. It's getting your minds off of, you know, shit that went down in the past. It's a way for you to move forward. That Act card really wants to make an appearance for surezies. So this masculine energy or you is really wanting to create. Someone wants to like open up to and blossom. It actually, it's very sexual to me. The flower blooming and opening. It actually reminds me of like the clitoris. Not on like that level, like I'm being dead serious, where it's like, it's intimate. It's a nice feeling to have. It also speaks of vulnerability. So wanting to put that type of desire, that type of intimacy into something is nice, or this is what's happening, which is even nicer, which might be intimidating for this energy though. Because that card represents what I was speaking of. So it's also sexual energy, turning that sexual energy into something. Remember that read I did weeks and weeks and weeks ago where I was like, I didn't even know it was such a thing. And I never even really looked into it. I know some of you guys did, but it's like that. But that, I don't know. I don't know if this person realizes the depth of something, because up here you don't. You're kind of still thinking about the past and how things went wrong and that type of stuff, you know? When there's something that can be changed, you just need to be more vulnerable, or it's something like that. I don't know. I find vulnerability hot. But I think this energy is more looking at it as creating something new, and that's it. I don't really think it could be sexual, but not just like, hey, I'm in and out. Like, it wouldn't be that, because somebody wants balance. It's an energy of balance, you know? It's energy of desire, to going after what you truly desire. So there's change this week. It looks like, you know, there's change with either something in a relationship or somebody wanting something from a relationship. It's something. But again, like, you could have two people to choose from. You know, because that energy came in a couple weeks ago too. And if you had no one to choose from, this was the person that was on your mind, seeing someone else, and that feminine had two people to choose from, and chances are they could have chosen another energy, and then the person you were dealing with, that masculine, now had no one, but now you're still in the equation, because we had that conversation in one of the reads too. And it's like, do you really want to be that person because somebody else chose someone else, because they realized, but you know, another man's trash is another one's treasure though. I'm not saying you're necessarily leftovers, because you can look at it as being a leftover, or you can look at it as something was divinely guided and another man's trash is another woman's treasure, or whatever that saying is, you know what I mean? So this is really about where you're at, what you want, and what you're going to accept. I really need to nail that into your heads this week, because this is about your happiness, what you want to create, how you've grown, what you've accepted, and not sliding back into, not going back to first base, you know, and having to run the fucking field again. But it does look like there's some nice change, whether it's with or without. And now you got 666 on the board, which is a nice, beautiful void. Some people are afraid of that, but not me. Bring it. That's, you're also the dead, your ancestors. Got you. You know, so some of you might have a little confusion here on how to move forward. And it's sitting right under player, right? But I've already discussed that with you. So something possibly backfired for this energy. Or if it didn't backfire, you know, this is just somebody that's like, oh, I need to be a little more responsible with either feelings or thoughts or something, you know, it's something like that. I'm just doing the 666 real quick. Because there's so many different ways. A lot of people be like, oh, devil or bad. It's not. I'm just trying to figure out, because I keep getting pulled to it. So it could be a gentle warning from the angelic realm that's a sign that there's a current emotional state of vibration that's very low. Okay, and we talked about that earlier. Okay, it's also a symbol of temptation, strong-willed leadership, and great responsibility. So it works both ways. Okay, I'm not going to say it's bad luck of the devil, but I do feel that lower vibration here, like I said, but I think somebody's realizing that. Okay, it's a very transformative number too. All right, it's also a number of harmony, a lot of things. Okay, so abundance, optimism, but I'm trying to place the vibe when it comes to this read. So that's why I was like with the temptation thing, how I saw something budding, like how it pulled me to like the clitoris or whatnot. Like for them, I think it's more temptation than vulnerability, but I could feel the vulnerability within, right? So it's not quite, there's not quite vulnerability here yet. It's more, it's definitely the lower vibes. But the change here, so the lower vibes are not here like that. You know, I'm looking at this as because we saw the koala bear too. It's the inner peace that there comes a little of the vulnerability, right? So it's a shift, it's a change. You know, because this is all about responsibility, you guys, with Pence, like I said, becoming a little more responsible. Okay. Come on, pop up. It's being able to help others with gifts, trusting your intuition, finding your balance. I mean, the 4 top reasons. And that's everything I've already discussed. I don't know where the 4th one is. Help others that need it. Oh, be kind, and the angels will reward you. Well, you know how I feel about rewarding, so it's self-rewarding energy. Let's put it that way. Okay, so find your balance. We talked about that with the synergy. Trusting your intuition. I already knew it was going to be a very intuitive week. You know, and helping others get to where they need to be. Generosity, which is synergy. Okay, so everything that I've already discussed. So it's a confirmation for you guys. So it's positive. It's not a bad thing. It's positive. Okay? But it seems to be a little confusing whether it's on you or on them, right? But it's because it's beneficial. So if you ask me, the tower already came in, so you could look at something like this. You know what I mean, jelly beans? there's the, you know, Ace of Wands, this illumination. Like I said, it's coming to the head, like somebody's realizing it. Let's just hope it's you know, it's not just that head, and we don't want that head. We want right here, right? So not quite there yet, but the possibilities are endless. There's a lot that can be achieved going another route, another direction, accepting change, the past go, creating this energy, even though there's confusion. Feel like making love, love to you, baby. When I think about you, I think about love. Fortune. So it's the wheel. Man of Wands. Okay. So the bottom of the deck. So we got the wheel here. All right. So it's time to step in to a new cycle. So we got 8 cards. I want to pull the overall energy. So it's definitely time. The wheel speaks of Lord, and what's me making up 2 words. I almost said a Lorax. Fortune, luck, but it's really ending a cycle and allowing a new one. This is where the growth steps in. You know, and it really boils down to your own happiness, what you want consciously. Okay, so that means the Tower already stepped in. So you got 1 major arcana. So it's really on you. It's like Spirit already pushed you guys in the last couple weeks to release what no longer serves you. Because the new moon's coming, right? So it makes sense for newness. So that's positive. Overall energy. So confusion's normal. I wouldn't worry about that. Memories from the past, what you're going through. You're just letting cycles go. You know, are you willing to change? Are you willing to accept? Are you willing to create this energy? So you got the Child of Wands, so it's fresh energy. It's a seeker. Somebody that wants more. It's also using your inner wisdom, right? So it's almost like sage energy, even though it's not. You know, having the courage. Yeah, look at the mouse. It's a lot of things, right? It's almost like the mouse is more courageous than the coyote over here. It's almost like the coyote's intimidated by the mouse because it's all about your mind, right? It's like seeking the answers. Somebody's seeking answers or seeking, you know, inner wisdom, seeking. And then you got the seer, the sage. Okay, so I think that's what I was feeling. It's ironic. It's at the bottom of the deck because I was feeling sage wisdom. You know, so it's like you're combining these energies right now too. So someone's seeking change. You know, everybody wants change, but maybe it's not going in your direction, all right? Or it can go in your direction, but you have to accept what's not working. You have to accept new growth, or you got to accept you outgrew something, or you know what I'm saying? Because there's such potential here. You have the Man of Pence for masculine energy, growth, responsibility, good career. You know, it's like, I don't know if it's saying like, no, it's time to adult. It's sitting next to the player energy and the chaos, right? The party mode or adrenaline rushes, you know, that type of stuff. but like it didn't pan out. So now it's time to seek elsewhere. Like what you're seeking is not working for you. You want synergy, you want change, you want art, you want vulnerability, you want success, you want growth, you want happiness. You need to accept that the old way of thinking is just not working for you. Is a new cycle in this read, you know? Will you accept it? If you got answers, ask. Pick up a book. Go on the internet. Not everything you read is obviously legitimate, but I'm just saying, like, how to fix something in 10 simple ways. You know, like, expand your brain. It's like that, okay? Some of you, this is energy that's coming towards you. And you still fall into the same category, especially when Caden pulled the lovers and imagination. So it's like some of you, you're this person, and others of you, you're the other one. You're on the other end, but you're all in the same lesson. You all have to go through the same exact lesson, and they're not the only ones. When the lovers came out, you know what I'm saying? Can you accept someone's faults? Can you accept the way something went down? Can you wipe the slate clean and move forward? Can you own what needs to be owned and step into a new chapter of your life? No one says dive deep and fucking run. Take your time. Let things grow. Let things evolve. Talk about what you see in the future. Talk about whatever it is, you know? It's that type of energy. It's up to you. But, I mean, there's changes here. And with art and imagination coming out, that is so potent. You can create something. Don't let this confusion, because it's part of your lesson here. It's the Six of Swords. It's time to move forward. It's next to the wheel. Something can go in your direction, a new cycle, a very beneficial cycle, a cycle that's going to evolve, a cycle that can be successful, a cycle where there's more happiness, entertainment, achieving what you really want to achieve. Do you have to leave things behind? Yeah. Duh. You know, but somebody might want your forgiveness, or this is like a rebirth for you, or you got to make a massive judgment call. Some of you might be pursuing a different path. Like I said, not every jack that comes back, you know, but I will say before I clarify, because it pulled me to my 12 Zodiacs, and I'm not going to do that this often because I don't want anyone to feel left out. But you need to understand some stuff will, you know, and I don't want to give too much information or poll or anything because it wouldn't be fair to other people for that type of stuff. And I don't want to be this freaking person to be like, well, if you saw the 12 Zodiacs, trust me, I didn't even want to bring this up, but I got the goosebumps. They want me to mention it. So for those who are on the other platform, yes, some of these reads will be speaking of your individual zodiac. But you notice how there's not one prominent zodiac here, right? Because it's not about that. So let me find out why I needed to bring it up. because I know there was plenty of the wheels and the stuff, but like none of this exact energy was in any of the zodiacs like that. But because this is a weekly energy, we knew there was change coming. Because I won't be, I'll let you guys know when I upload stuff, but I won't be that person like, oh, if you go and watch yada yada, you realize what I won't do that to you. I promise. I promise I won't do that to you. So I need to figure out why that just came in. Because I can correlate all this to zodiacs, right? For those who have already watched them. But it's something else. Because not one of my zodiacs was this read. See what I'm saying? So I think that's where my confusion is lying on why I needed to bring that up. But I'm bringing it up to make a valid point, and it has nothing to do with the other platform. All right, let me run to the bathroom. Maybe I'll have like a bathroom moment, a bathroom thought. There's Saturn bringing in this change too. I mean, for those who have watched my other zodiacs, what would you think that would be? I mean, you can talk amongst yourselves real quick while I go and run to the bathroom. I mean, I don't have problems with you guys discussing that by any means at all. Because it stopped me, but there was something important there. Oh, nice.
He has a salt blaster.
What is that?
Go look at it, Mom. Go look at it. Yeah, it's like a shotgun. It's like a shotgun. Shoot salt.
Okay. All right. Enjoy. Oh my God. My dad just bought this gun. He loves guns, right? He's got so many guns. But this one's called like the Salt Blaster. And it's like for bugs. And it looks like a Nerf gun. But he's like, no, it's nothing like a Nerf gun. He's like, but it's maybe look like a toy. But it shoots salt. Like kill bugs. I don't know what that's forgetting. But him and Kaden are out there having a blast talking about it. So I don't really know what that's forgetting. Okay. It's got to be something. But I will tell you, like, when I do my weekend energy, right? Because, you know, someone just said, and I'm not going to get into it like that, but it would be nice if more readers would do zodiac signs on into pick of the reading. That way we can all learn. What I do on a daily basis is learning. You don't need my zodiacs. You don't need my zodiacs to learn from my zodiacs were a bonus. It was something for you guys that gave me more work, but it's work that I need to do so I can pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to get into it, but please believe me, you don't need all 12 zodiacs to learn from my channel. I'm not going nowhere. This is what I do. You don't, we are we have every single propensity within our chart. Every single one. And I will tell you with some of my zodiacs, maybe this is why the message came out. Because Leo, you weren't even fucking Leos. I don't even know who the fuck you were, and you guys would know that. Like, I'm not saying that in a mean way. It was like, whoa. That's because you're in another energy, because of where the planets are and where the planets are positioned on your birth chart. So you believe me, I'm doing you guys a favor and also being responsible with my money by doing what I just did. Because you do not need those zodiacs like that at all to learn. Nope. That type of energy too is there in a dark way for people too, to keep somewhere where they need to be. Are you strong enough to look at a read and not get stuck? Even when I teach with my zodiacs, I will always make sure if I see an obstacle or something, I always try to find it for you and give you the best advice. Always. Okay? So, I'm not really sure where that came into play, because I definitely don't want to, by any means, I won't be that person. You know, I won't be. So, I'm not sure why it happened like that, okay? Why it made me stop the read and do all that. And because you don't need my 12 zodiac signs to something from the discussion we just had. Swear to God you don't. Swear to spirit. However, you know, you don't. I do that because you guys like them and appreciate them, and it helps, and it does help. You know what I mean? But you'll be okay. So, since I don't know exactly what it was trying to say, I'm going to clarify. I'm going to recap so we can step back into this. Someone now wants to seek newness, wants more synergy in their life. So maybe somebody was realizing, you know, their own needs and they weren't getting it. Whether you had to leave a situation or whether that was the other energy that was thinking they could get what they wanted out of something and it just didn't pan out, because they're meant to achieve bigger in other things and to change their mindset, and it's just time for growth. It's a new stage in someone's life. I wouldn't worry about the confusion that comes with a lesson, because again, it's sitting on the Six of Swords versus the Seven of Cups. So I'm not looking at it like that. It's time to play. It's time to move past, you know, I'd rather play more than work harder. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. Evolution. Getting to where you need to be. It's just a new cycle in someone's life. Right now, as you're seeking, because this type of seeking is whoa, okay? This type of seeking is a little harder because you really got to go within, and there's definitely fear. There's a lot of things to this one particular card. culture, religion. So like I said, goes both ways. This is either you needing to accept because this is what you want and you're not getting what you need, and you need to accept that you're happier elsewhere, and it will suck and it will be upsetting. There will be some sorrow, but it's time to move about this. And then the others of you, this is who you're dealing with, is actually it's your energy, and it's not necessarily an epiphany, it's just things need to change. Is not player energy. And not speaking I want to sleep with XYZ. It's just it's a game changer. Stop it, but still create a solid foundation, you know? It's the balance. So either this person or you are recognizing something's working or it's not. Time to move forward or stay in the same cycle. It's that type of energy. You're evolving. There's a change this week. It's nice. And it's ironic because I just named that video of the change for me, changes to the channel. And I was actually saying to myself, I should really name this video changes, nice changes, or just not necessarily hard changes, just changes in general, right? But now I gotta name it something differently. But there is a nice change. There's a positive change. There's growth somewhere. Or if you're not partaking in the growth yet, your brain is telling you to. Your soul is calling to go in a new direction. And if you're in a situationship, two of you need to combine your souls and figure out how to really create a new cycle. You're going to push through. You're going to be fine. Well, some of you will and some of you won't. But the ones that don't worry about it. And if you're in that relationship, you better start thinking about what you really want in life. And I can say that with positivity because that I'm telling you, you would have been kind of in my same scenario where you stayed in something or you're staying in something for way too long out of comfort and routine. But you clearly know nothing's evolving. There's certain ways and approaches to things to remain friends, to remain parents, to remain role models, to remain, it doesn't work out for everybody. But if you have that type of connection, you can discuss it and try to make it work that way. Those of you just got to cut your ties and your cords, and some people learn and some people don't. With the wheel here, one or the other might repeat a lesson, but you don't need to be part of that anymore. You got to take yourself out of the equation. So I hope that all kind of makes sense. So tell me about the synergy. So you got the Star and the Hangman. So it's like a destined week, okay? It's all about how you think and feel about the situation. Are you going to change your perspective? Are you going to look at something? Or are you going to sacrifice? It could be a sacrifice, because there's change here. There's a new cycle. So you may need to sacrifice playing less and working harder. But you need to understand life will still be happy and fun. And there'll be more growth and new friends, new family. Keep the old friends, make new friends. I'm telling you, I love this type of energy. So that could be a sacrifice. Or that spirit just saying, like I said, you really got to think about this. Because we all have our own destiny. We all have our own chart. We all need to how to figure out that balance. We all have to learn how to juggle multiple things. And do it the right way. Could be dealing with an Aquarian or a Pisces, but to me, this is spirit basically, like I said, it's a destined week for some of you for sure. We already knew that with the wheel. It's how you want to pursue it, handle it, accept it. But you are going to have to change how you think when it comes to what synergy is to you, what changes to you. Not everybody thinks the same way. Compromise would be needed with something there, possibly, especially if it's regarding two of you. Something's got to be aligning, like all my chakras, everything's going off. My higher self, it's not even my higher self, it's kind of even my crown. It's that wisdom. Tell me about the King of Pence. What does King of Pence want? I want to find out what they want. What does this King of Pence want? Judgment, temperance, reconciliation, healing, balance, synergy, second chances, forgiveness. Could be dealing with an Aquarius, Pisces, because it's going in that direction. But they want change. And this is what I was saying. Like somebody, it looks to me like somebody's recognizing this. Okay. Again, I don't know what's happening here. I don't know if you're transcending. Tell me about this player energy. To me, I feel like something went wrong there. Yeah, the Eight of Pence, right? So more playing than working. Okay, there's a new contract here. So there is confusion. Here's the Seven of Cups. What do I do? You know? Or this is, you know, the Eight of Pence talks about commitment too. And this is an energy that did not want commitment. Did not want to be tied down. There's a soul contract here, though. Some of you, this is a brand new job opportunity. It's going to be fun. You might be a little confused. Do I leave the other job or not? But besides that, someone's just seeking these answers. So it's time to focus on work on you. Tell me about this Eight of Pence. It's time to focus on change, a shift of energy is what it's saying. You need to focus, temperance. So it's either you're being watched over. You got the Three of Hats. So it's healing too and going after what you really want. There could have been a third-party situation with somebody at work. But besides that, I don't even want to read energy like that right now because it's irrelevant, okay? Because someone's recognizing the shift. We know the change is here. We can feel it, see it, sense it. Could be dealing with a Sag, but it's time for balance. Got to balance out your life. This is Venus and Libra like you wouldn't believe. Instead of having 1 foot in the door, you need to have 2 feet in the door. You got a lot of ancestors, angels. You got a lot of people around you. Someone might be getting like a work promotion or thinking about switching jobs or keeping the same job, but there might be a relocation, might be a transfer. There's something here, but there just is. So this is recovery mode too, like I said, something, because the Three of Hats was there. Something didn't work out with something from your past. But I knew that because this card represents sorrow. So again, it's either you needing to accept that something's not falling through, or this is the person you're dealing with and something didn't fall through when it came to them. Tell me about the Six of Cups. So it's nice. I don't know what's going to fall into place, but this is at least acknowledging something that's good for your soul. Okay, that's so important. I mean, that's a major step. I'd rather ignore craves versus something coming at me, to be honest with you. Because this shows growth. And this puts you in a new direction. This energy puts you in a new cycle. Two of Cups. So yeah, something didn't work out regarding a relationship with a lover from the past. It's that simple. Or someone feels bad, which is the Page of Pentacles, which is the same exact energy. Someone could feel bad for lying, not speaking the truth. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So it's the same energy surrounding the Two of Cups. So, but there's a new shift with someone new or whoever this is. This is somebody letting go of a connection. This is exactly what this is. And it is somebody from your past, somebody you know, that's going to want to come back around and want a second chance. Something didn't work out with them and someone else. But to me, this is divinely guided. So, like I said, that makes a lot of sense why that whole saying came up in the beginning of the reading with another man's trash is another person's treasure. Or you can look at it as leftovers. You know, but this is somebody recognizing that I want growth, success, happy. I want all that. I want to be able to create. And apparently I can't do it with this person. I'm not saying something went down or something bad or a third party or anything like that. It's just somebody recognizing they're not going to get it from one particular person. It's time to move forward. It might actually come from another energy. And I don't even know if they've accepted that yet.
I want to buy a skin off, right?
Okay.
This is $15 though. I'm going to give you it. But the thing is, I can't buy a $5 thing.
So just take 20. Put the 15 on my bed. Take 20 out of my account and go wash your hands now that you're touching dirty money. Thank you. Love you. Go sanitize your hands and your phone.
Yeah.
Thank you. Shut the door, please.
Oh, I have my hair stuck in my ear.
So this is something didn't work out with someone. Okay, that's all. How many times have we all been in a situation where something didn't work out? Okay. Now there's change. But this change is great. Okay. So it's great. So I wouldn't, you know, for all those like Jack's coming or Jack finally left somebody and you all been waiting on someone. I hope not. I really, 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 really hope not. Because this type of energy needs time to recover. There's certain stuff, or this is, you know, somebody who's gonna bounce back really quickly. Let's just see. Tell me about this change. What's changing? This person's perspective is changing. This person's destiny is changing. Your destiny is changing. Your path is changing. Okay. What else do you want to tell us about this change? You know, the 10 of Wands, which is nice because now you're able to move past the 10 of Wands. You're able to lay the weight down. This is everyday weight. You chose to carry it. I told you, the Tower already came in. The Tower already came in. So that's good. That's good because now you are where you need to be. And you got a lot of support from the ethers. And for some people, that's not good enough or you don't feel it. But to me, it's beautiful that I can see that type of support from the ethers. Okay, so now you're moving forward. Like I said, you could even be changing locations with these two cards. There's something with location here too, but it's not prominent. Could be the end of a third party, laying the weight down, moving past it. And then there's that Magician creating something new, especially with the art here. Tell me about this art. So somebody was holding on to the past person, past thing. Others just, you know, got out of a relationship. But to me, this relationship would have already been over, especially since I'm talking past tense with the Danny situation. This is somebody that held on for too long. The love wasn't there like that, you know. Nobody was in love. It was comfort, it was routine. It was just hard to let go. New cycle. So I don't feel like this energy is in pain, okay? It's just an adjustment. I'm not gonna take this one. There's too many, right? But there is a little mini story here with art. Okay, you got the Emperor, the Prince of Cups, so it's all about masculine energy this week too. You know, getting in tune with their feelings, taking the lead, stepping out of, you know, what's no longer working and walking away. You know, taking the lead, getting in tune with your emotions, getting out of your head, okay, and going towards something else. It's bittersweet, but I love the fact that somebody, it's not like an epiphany moment. It's more of an acceptance, which is way better than an epiphany. Okay. So one card for art. Let's do best advice for art. Best advice for art. King of Wands, you know, take the lead. Action oriented card, you know. And somebody's just kind of looking like, how do I get there? With a little bit of confusion, but I don't think it's really much to worry about. I think it's more, you know, take action, take the lead, pursue it, move forward, get on the boat, move forward. So there has to be another energy here of someone with the Lovers coming out, because I keep getting pulled. Oh yeah, and somebody's gonna, the King of Pence wants, you know, forgiveness. So somebody's returning and you got to make a judgment call. Confusion. But there's a lesson here that was learned in order for you to move forward. So again, under confusion, you got the Six of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So maybe this is somebody who's all up in their head. I told you, your soul needs to be used here. I'm hoping this person figures that out. But again, you could be dealing with an Aquarius. But this is somebody who's confused on how to give. So maybe somebody is not really a giver. They were used to receiving. Because mentally they're confused. Or you are. And I think that confusion, well, this is your best advice. So let me backtrack a minute. Your best advice would be to communicate, because that's what the King of Swords does. That's what Aquarius is all about. Your community, partnerships, friendships, your lover. Okay? So your best advice would be to go after that synergy, nip the confusion in the butt, and talk about it. And a lot of people, they have a hard time talking about it. You talk, you can clear up a lot of confusion. But that's like that seeker. Okay, so I think somebody's going through a spiritual transition here. Not even a transformation, like a transition. So your best advice would be talk about it. Put it into motion. Take action, talk about it, move forward. There's nothing wrong with this scenario. It's life. Tell me about the wheel. What's the outcome with the wheel? What's the outcome with the wheel? Now this is going to tell us whether or not somebody's going to repeat a cycle or move forward. You all have a choice. Choices just come with consequences. But I think somebody already got the consequence of something and is now realizing. It's almost like the new had already stepped in and someone still chose the past out of comfort or being able to get away with something, or you know what I'm saying, and it didn't pan out. But that person, that option, that person, place, or thing never went away. It still had to have been there because it's still here, because now this energy wants to come back around. And you got the Princess of Swords. So it looks like there's going to be a conversation. This is also telling my feminine, look at with the wheel. That's what I just clarified. It's also telling my feminine to speak openly, honestly, and communicate and the truth to this one energy that's coming at you that wants to, you know, talk about some emotions. Okay, so it's up to you on how this pans out, but that's the outcome for the wheel is, you know, a conversation. But you also need to speak your truth and say what's on your mind, and not hold back either when it comes to this energy. Honesty, honest conversation. And this is somebody who already has a fresh start because they're coming in as the princess. So even if you're an empress or a queen, you had to have already started something new or seeking another direction. That this means that you didn't let this energy get the best of you. Because you're a princess, even though you're an empress. You're on a new journey. And you didn't wait for this person to knock on your door either. So congratulations. That's why I said to you guys earlier too, if you've been waiting on certain energy, shit don't pan out like that. There obviously can still be on your mind here and there, but as long as you're pushing through and you're growing, then you're good. Okay? So this is positive. So everyone's in these lessons. The one particular energy, it looks like masculine, going through like a transition, which then leads you to a transition, because who knows what you're going to do, accept, what not to accept, move forward or not. I don't have any advice for that. This is just letting you know that somebody's going to come back around and is, you know, possibly want a second chance. And if they don't want a second chance, this is somebody who's still going to come around and apologize because they realize they did something wrong, which is good. So if that's the case, let this person apologize and you still move forward. And others of you, you know, some of you will choose to give it a go. Somebody is going through like I'm telling you, like a spiritual transition. Other viewers, I mean, you always do, but others of you, that's not you going through that. It's not. It's the other energy. This card stuck to me. Keep an open mind. Just trying to see what's happening with either your energy or their energy. Because it's definitely like a spiritual transition. Which only opens the doors for new opportunities and to look at something differently. It doesn't mean you have to go a spiritual route. You can be any religion, culture. That doesn't matter. I'm not saying someone's becoming spiritual. I mean, it's a possibility, but that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm more trying to figure out what's happening to them on a spiritual level for maybe the spiritual ones to understand, even though I already got a lot of that information out with the lessons. But there's something else. I mean, everything's important, but I think it's irrelevant. Like, it's not make it or break it, yes or no, with this one card that's going to come out. It's just additional information that I just felt pulled to. The Omega Dragon harnesses the divine feminine power of creation. So, oh man, talk about creation this week. Hold on to your vision. Okay, so it's crazy. It's almost like it's up to the woman. Which, if somebody wants forgiveness and yada yada, right? The tables turn somehow. But man, can you create? Like, there's nothing here saying don't not accept the apology and try, you know? But you had 4 major cards all talking about nourishing and creating. And so that's telling me that the woman already has an image in her head of what she wants if she's willing to create something new with someone. Like, it's already there. Like, it's the image, the thoughts, something. You know what I mean? Like, you know what you want and what you don't want. Like, it's there. It's almost like saying to embrace something. I'm being pulled to the law of attraction this week. And you know how I feel about law of attraction. It really is how you nourish your own brain and manifest certain stuff more than looking at it as a law of attraction. I know that probably made no sense to some of you, but it made total sense in my own head. Because you gotta be in tune to mind, body, and soul. It's the brain controls so much stuff, right? Like, you can think about something for 20 seconds and manifest, but are you manifesting the right thing? Because in order to manifest what's best, you had to have gone through a lot of shit, and it's what you deserve. It's coming to you at the right time. It's not magic like people think. You know, the power of the brain is powerful. But if you're not in tuned, you're possibly manifesting the wrong things, right? So it's just ironic. This whole read was talking about masculine energy, but the importance of something major in this read too is all about how the feminine wants to embrace something and look at something, you know? Thing has done the work. And really still need to jump off the fucking diving board here, troops. So it's meant for you is for you, right? So it really just depends on who this person is and if you see growth and if you're willing to. Honestly, you'd probably be taking a risk, but that's what life's all about. So it really does bottom down to the woman embracing it. Embracing this energy, knowing that they probably chose someone else over you because it was easier. They could possibly get away with more things. They probably thought the grass was greener on the other side. I mean, there's multiple reasons why, right? And now my woman is knowing all that, you know, is you got to decide whether or not you can see growth. When you talk to this energy, does it make you happy? Does it set you back? Are you carrying weight that's not yours? Is it unhealthy? Because if that's the case, it's not the change you want to make. See what I'm saying? Like, that's why it was so important for me to stress that this was all about you and not routine and not comfort and, you know, what is best for you. Because at the bottom of the deck, you got the blue dragon. You got a lot of blue, right? And all the blue cards that I'm seeing right now is is really the star in judgment. All right. And then you got the harnessing of the divine feminine. And then you got the blue dragon keeps you safe from clearing your pathway. Trust that you are protected and walk the path. Right. So like I said, it's up to you. There's a lot of angelic protection here. There's a lot of ancestry. There's a lot of lineage. There's a lot of stuff here. Okay. So it really is saying it's how can you imagine pushing through this? Can you imagine? It really is. Do you see growth? Do you see potential? I mean, laying a solid foundation, going into something solid, trust, forgiveness, passion, letting the confusion go, flowing with something. It's extremely important. So it's like my women have already mastered something, and well, it takes years to master, right? But you've learned, you're pretty fucking smart when it comes to whatever you're about to deal with, and don't let comfort or routine pull you back because you're just repeating another cycle. Take what you've learned, stand strong, and consider what's going down. But some of you, I'm telling you, it can go either way. Some of you won't find yourselves in a situation that would be beneficial, and it is time for you to move forward. It just really depends on where you're at in your journey. So there's a lot to consider. So don't forget what needs to be considered just because you have lack of comfort, or you have an empathetic problem and you think you can fix everyone and you can feel this person's energy, so you're like, oh, I'll give you another chance because I can feel you and I can feel sincerity. Don't do that. Because this is going to take strength. All these cards of learning and acceptance and harnessing the power, it's going to take strength to forgive and move forward. Maybe not strength to forgive, but it's definitely going to take strength to move forward with this person. And that probably has something to do with your own past too, and the lessons you've learned along the way. It's not even about them. You got to pull through. Just like they're pulling through. They're recognizing. They're accepting. Right now they're just trying to figure out how to approach you. And some of them are not ready to approach. But I'd say a majority of them are, for whoever this read is. Because they're just accepting their own situation, right? So you wouldn't want to rush anything. This energy, if you're this energy, I mean, I wouldn't. I don't really see recovery. It's almost like that already happened. It's just holding on to something for way too long. It's just time to move forward. I think it's going to be easier said than done, to be honest with you. You said, I'm thinking, Jesus, it's don't over psychoanalyze something. You know what I mean? Forgive and move forward. It's either going to work or it's not. And if you start seeing things and triggers and all this stuff, and then you know that either you or this person is just not quite capable of it. And that tells you time to move forward. Don't repeat a cycle, because somebody tried to repeat a cycle. I'm vibrating high. My ears are... There's a deep buzz in my ears right now. So you guys are transcending. But this person tried to restart a cycle with somebody from their past, and it didn't work. It brought sorrow because their new cycle was probably with you or somebody else, depending on if you're cross-watching, however this rolls for you. You know what I mean? Like, this would be a jack. I just don't know which jack. See what I'm saying? But one of them, this is what this is. Somebody went back to the past, and it didn't work. Because they had already started something new, and they got off course. Probably fear, probably not wanting to settle down, you know, all different reasons on why that happens. There's a link below, sweetie. To me, I feel like this is more about growth, having the player energy here, you know. And I think that's why I stressed, like, you still have just as much fun as doing adult things. You know, there's just priorities, and I think it's even funner doing adult things and having fun as an adult and not childish things, to be honest with you, because it's just way funner. And way funner is not a word, but it's in my dictionary, you know? Because this progress is growth. You're laying a foundation for your future, a solid foundation, a successful foundation that includes abundance and money and a lot of things, right? So I think you know, some of you are just dealing with an energy that thinks if they choose commitment or choose a route, that fun goes away, and you're way wrong. And I got no problem telling you that. I don't think, as I grew up, I don't think that scenario crossed my mind. Like, I don't really want to grow up. You know what I mean? Like, but this crossed somebody's mind. I don't want to grow up. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't think it's fear of growing up. I think it's like, oh my God, will I stop having this type of fun? And it's like, no way. There's mature fun is so much more fun. And we can say that as an adult. You know what I'm saying? But this is one of that type of energy where someone just thinks if they let go of fun, not for everyone, but you were dealing with a younger energy that would rather, you know, play as hard as they can instead of work as hard as they can. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it needs to stop at some point in your life, and then the fun comes to you in different ways. I mean, who doesn't love a partner in crime? So, it's a beautiful read. It really truly is. So, it's really up to the feminine on whether or not you're willing to create, you're willing to let bygones be bygones. You accepting the growth. Because there's been some growth. So hopefully this person talks about things so they can be acknowledged and you can understand. I mean, it's just the way it would have to be. There needs to be that synergetic energy there in order for something to proceed anyway. And it looks like you're going to get it. Okay? So, and if, you know, others don't come in right now, is because it's for you. Everyone, to me, is whether it's past or friendship, like we've talked about it before. It's, I wouldn't worry about it. Because you still have all this protection, and it's like maybe a person is at a new job or it's not who you think it is. It's like right under your nose, but you're too busy worrying about it. When you worry about that type of stuff, it doesn't come to you. When you're focused on yourself and other stuff and you're content, that's when new opportunities come in. And it doesn't mean it's the right opportunity. You might have to learn a lesson. I've had to learn a couple harsh lessons. So if this is legitimate and it's speaking of me and you guys and what we've gone through in the last couple years, it's basically telling me to tell you guys that this would be a legitimate situation. This would be something you deserve and something you've earned. This would not be another lesson, but it would still be hard because of all the lessons and stuff that you've learned in the past and everything that you've gone through. Now it's time to get over that hump. See what I'm saying? Because you got your own past shit you were dealing with and that you've healed with and still simmers. But that's the fear part, okay? So it's positive. Because some of you, it would be a test. Because you don't want to be alone. So be careful. Because if that's the case, I can guarantee you're going to repeat another cycle. If this is the only thing that's on your mind is a reconciliation and hoping that someone comes back and then you're going to repeat a cycle. I mean, it's okay to hope someone comes back, but if it's consoling you and it's not consoling you, what the fuck word is that? Consuming, if it's consuming you and taking all your time, then this is not a legitimate situation for you. This would be, you're going to have to repeat another lesson with someone to really recognize. And that's okay too. I've been there. And then eventually the right person will come along. But there's been a lot of growth on my channel, not just me with you guys. It's like I push the energy. You majority of you should be right there with me. And if you're newcomers, I'm not saying you got to repeat a lesson by any means. I'm saying you've already learned that, I've gone through something. Because I'm not meant to repeat my cycles over and over with you guys. You know, it's you learn from where you start and where you pick up with me. And you'll always learn and grow. Always. But it's not going back to the original situation. Know what I mean, jelly beans? I know you know what I mean. And welcome all my newbies. I got lots of you. So, this is what's going on. Someone is transcending, let me tell you. Holy shit. Could be both energies. You know? It's a beautiful energy, though. Oh, thanks, Brandy. All right, y'all. I'll be back later with something. I don't want to do the love angel cards. We've already done them. Oh my goodness. But I am being pulled to something. I just don't know what. And this read is kind of every aspect of our life too. Not just love. But it does involve love, right? But there's something more. I don't know what it is yet. So I guess when I figure it out, I'll be back on. Because it's pulling me to like a different deck. Like, I don't know if it's pulling me to my deck where it's like, I think that's what it is, like best advice, right? Even though I give a lot of advice here and I get you to see something, I do have a deck because I know what deck it's pulling me to. It's my, I forget the name of it, but it's like if you were to, because I keep seeing compromise and it came up in the read as if it pulled me to that deck. So it's like mentally with the read we just did, it talks about a lot of things and how to push through. Now more like on a different type of level, you know, I can pull you cards where it says you need to compromise, or you need to, you know, someone's being too rigid, or someone needs to take a leap of faith, like something like that, right? But I think that's important too. I know exactly what deck it is too. So I'll be back in a little while. That one won't be super long. That's like brief, you know what I mean? Just kind of like, hey, we kind of know what situation is coming around the corner, and you know, we need to look at what we should do, and not necessarily what challenge. It's everyday challenge. It's how you want to look at something, you know. But like, again, it keeps pulling me to compromise. So compromise is needed, all right? But like, meaning like exactly like that. Like some of you, it wouldn't have been obvious that you might need to compromise in a situation. You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't really come up, but cooperation is needed. It's not a given to everyone, you know. So it might just be an additional message in there for somebody that's gonna need it. I guess we'll just put it that way. So, baby, I like it raw. Baby, I like it raw. It just pulled me to Jigga. What's my motherfucking name? Jigga. Who sings that? What band is that? Jigga. Not Jay. No, it's not Jay-Z. Why am I itchy? It's, Jigga. Is it Jay-Z? That's my nigga. You guys know what song I'm talking about? Jigga. Maybe it is Jay-Z. I did say Jay-Z. Yeah. I love that song by Jay-Z. I forget the name of it. But it's Walking Through the Valley of Death, but I don't think that's the name of it. Anyone know the name of that song? It's a good song. Yeah, it's talking about Coolio and Big Papa. Gangsta's Paradise. It's not the song I'm just singing. In the Gangsta's Paradise. That's a good song. That's not what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of, oh, that's what, I'm thinking of the Holy Grail. Forget it. It's somebody, it was a different singer. Yeah, Holy Grail. But it pulled me to Jay-Z. So there must be something. What's the one that's like in Two Beast Things? That's Jay-Z, right? Does he talk about the Holy Grail in that song? And up top, she got two beast things. That's Kanye? Alright, I'm fucking done. I'm done. Everything keeps pulling me back to Jay-Z though. I don't know what that's regarding. What song is he popular? What's his popular song that must have something to do with Holy Grail or whatever I'm trying, like, you know what I mean? Like, because I keep getting pulled to him. I mean, they are an awesome power couple for sure. Are you kidding me? But like, Angel, just email me. All the links are below, sweetie, for the readings. But Jay-Z's in the Holy Grail too? I thought so, but I don't think so. It's Justin Timberland, and I thought somebody said it was someone else. I could have sworn it was Jay-Z, but I thought I was wrong for a second. I think somebody said it wasn't. But it pulled me to the Holy Grail. Could just be mind, body, and soul too. T.I. See, yeah, so I don't know, but I keep getting pulled back to Jay-Z. So I don't know what that's regarding. But the music, I got so much music in my head today, especially this morning. Remember I said something to you like, I'm loving the music today, but I didn't mean to say music, something else. So that's a sign too, music, you know. Well, something always comes in. Who's gonna run this town tonight? But like something always comes in for music with me. This morning, like I was all in my emotions, like Lean on Me came in to my brain. That one always hits me. Lean on me. But there's another one too. I was like, oh man. But music helps soothe the soul, guys. It's soothing. It's soothing. Friday's gonna be 85 here. I'm like stoked. But music is all about creation too. I can't drink warm temperature fucking coffee. All right, I'll be back in a little while. I gotta make a phone call and eat lunch. Do some. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in a little while, okay? I'll see you in a little while. It's so crazy because my sticker from Dunkin' Donuts says 1 black and 5 butter pecan, which just pulled me to Cream. The song Cream. So you must have options. But who does 1 black? Black is black. Black is black. You don't get 1 pump of black. You know, but you got cream. You know, I forget the exact line, but caramel, butter pecan. You guys know what I'm talking about with that song? Cream. I'm thinking it's talking about options. But it keeps pulling me to got the money, dollar bill, yo. But that's not the same song. It's not even the same fucking band. And it's, you know, it's a C.R.E.M. I mean, it's Wu-Tang, but like, I'm trying to think, is that the, yeah, it's Cream. RZA. What's my motherfucking name? See, it was pulling me to RZA, not Jizza. I mean, not Jay-Z, not Jizz. RZA. But he also created that song from a song from 1957, As Long As I Got You. It's got Raekwon and Spectre Deck. And it just talks about, you know, something new. So, cash rules, see, cash rules everything around me. Cream, money, dollar, dollar bill, yo. So it is the same fucking song. Where's my head today? I haven't listened to that one. I mean, last week I listened to a lot of Wu-Tang, but I listened to like different albums, not this album. I remember when this came out because I want to say it was right about the same time Biggie did Life After Death when that CD came out. I think they came out like the same time because, man, we were bumping fucking music then. All I wanted to do was drive and smoke fucking blunts, listen to that shit. Seriously. Sitting on my porch with 40s while this shit was blaring. We had a blast. Life wasn't a struggle then. I mean, it wasn't where we needed to be by any means, right? But like, those were some awesome fucking days, I'll tell you that. So maybe that's what it's talking about, like those days for that person. See what I'm saying? Like that person that you're dealing with doesn't want to let those days go. I think that's, yeah, I got the goosebumps. All that shit's making sense now. You're dealing with somebody who is probably an adult, but doesn't really want to settle or look at something differently, would rather party, but like that person's perspective needs to change because I think that person thinks like their life is just going to be like boring if they settle, which is clearly not the case, you know. But yeah, I want to say that's when both those albums came out around the same time. Because I'm trying to think, like, what song was it where I knew like every line, every verse, and we used to laugh all the time because people would always, they'd sit around, you know, would say sit around spitting, yada, yada, yada. And there was one song I knew to a T, and it was on this album. It wasn't this song though, but at one point in my life, that's exactly like, I used to love just chilling at home in the front porch and looking pretty. You're cute, thank you. I always thought I was looking pretty. That's the crazy thing. I look back and I'm like, we would just sit out front or in the back, literally 40s, blunts. That's when we all started. We switched from Phillies to Vegas, and all these new albums came out, and people in the neighborhood would come by and always want to take a hit off the blunt. And I used to yell all the time at Danny, like, can you at least give him a fucking shotty? Because I used to get cold sores. I hated sharing, but everyone used to share shit. You know what I mean? Oh, let me get a sip of that. And then I was like, you better start giving shotties. I'm done getting fucking cold sores. That's when I started. So eventually I outgrew it. You know what I mean? And some people didn't, you know, but... So I think you're dealing with somebody who literally is just thinking like, oh my God, you know, yeah, Mad Dog. Well, Mad Dog was a little before that, but that's when I was drinking like Alizé and all that. But like, oh my God, I thought I was so cool. I thought I was so cool. But that's kind of what's going on. Like, people are just evolving, and I think somebody's just like, shit. I think somebody thinks, like, if I was to settle down, you know, my life's over, and it's such bullshit. Your life just gets better, you know? I think that's what's happening with you guys right now. You're dealing with an energy that just is like, but if I do or go this route, you know, I'm gonna miss out on XYZ. No fucking way. No way you're not. You know what I mean? Life only gets better. I was just saying to Ashley, like, there's new people that are coming into her life, and she's like, I was talking to XYZ, and she's showing me different, she tried to pass him off to me. I was like, no fucking way. He came into your life for a reason. Are you kidding? Like, get to know this energy. Like, I'm totally stoked for, like, the new soul family to kick in. Like, the more the merrier. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to keep the old around too, but it's refreshing to get, like, that new soul family, new energy, new people, new friends. I need it. I crave that shit. Are you kidding? But I'm a super people person, right? You know, I'm either gonna vibe with you or not, but I'm not the type that I don't need new friends. That's like my ex-husband. I don't need new friends. I'd get a new friend. They'd be like, he'd always look at me like, why I gotta make friends with the fucking neighbors? Why you always gotta, and I was so, like, personable. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, we're just two totally different energies, you know? But, hi. All right, you can stay here. All right, I love you guys. I'll catch you in a little while, okay? I love you too. But don't worry about this. Somebody that type of energy will realize in due time they'd made the right choice, and life didn't get boring. Life is about to get a lot more exciting. Okay? So that's also a lot of energy around you of drama and what do you call that? A man, barman, wingman, and like same goes for the woman, you know, where it's just like other people want to keep you in that field too, and that's not healthy because eventually they're gonna wake up and want what you didn't take and want the opportunity that you had and didn't take, and then you really get a dose of your own karma. See what I'm saying? Everyone evolves at their own time and space, but it's time for someone to move on. It doesn't mean move on for your friends and XYZ. It's just, there's just something better. Doesn't mean the old disappears. It means life just gets funner. Especially if there's something better. I love you. See you soon. Bye.